Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible enough for those who can hear me. Yeah, so let me use Telegram. I'm not close to my system, right? For me to use Zoom. So the meeting is actually recorded. After the class, I'll send it to you guys. Please mute your mic if you're not saying anything, please. So our last class, we talked on liquidity. I think that's where we stopped. So we've treated most of our topics, right? We've treated market structure, we've treated supply and demand, and POIs, right? We've treated confirmation entries, we've treated liquidity, we've treated top-down analysis, and we had risk management / psychology. And then we have stacking and flipping. Then we are done. I think that's all. We are done, and we'll be left with weekend back testing. We'll be left with weekends back testing. Then, so that I can go on with another batch of people. Okay, so risk management and psychology. Now, here is where this is the point where everyone gets it all wrong. Do you understand? This is the point where most of us it will take us months, most of us it will take us weeks, most of us it will take us years. But none of us in this call, it will not take us years, right? So here's the thing. Just follow what I'm about to say to you now. Put it into practice. Risk management and psychology first has to do with your level of discipline. If you're someone that is not disciplined, you're not disciplined, you cannot tell yourself no and you say no. You cannot tell yourself yes and it's a yes. Then you still have a long way to go. Now, this particular stage of trading has a lot to do with what? Personal experiences. You get. Normally, I'll tell you, I'm about to give you the do's and don'ts. You get how to manage capital and all of that. But this stage has to do with what? A lot of personal experiences. You see things, you go through things on your own. You try to see things on your own. You have your own personal experiences. You see your bad, but you tell yourself, okay, don't do it again. You get. When you're getting it all right is at that point whereby you've seen that, okay, you're greedy on the trade. You tell yourself, you don't want to be greedy on this trade again. Let me start doing what? Let me start having what? A well risk management trade. You get. So now let's start with risk management. What is risk management? Risk management has to do with it's not only to trading, right? It has to do with all phases of our life. Now, if you're an entrepreneur in this group, or if I know some of us in the few years to come, few months to come, we'll all be entrepreneurs. We'll be employers of labors. We'll all have our own businesses to manage, or we'll work for companies. You get. Now, take for instance, you have a business you're managing, right? Now, you see, in every business that's in the world, each businesses has their own risks. You get. Now, each businesses has their own risks. Take for instance, let's use Dangote as our cornerstone for this topic. Right now, take for instance, Dangote a few years ago, I think around the COVID-19 period,
Sorry, please, can you record this class?
He took a risk, right? He took a risk. I think he got a loan to start his own factory stuff in Nigeria, right? I think he gambled about 50 billion naira on that risk. He gets to start the whole factory stuff. You understand? Start the whole factory stuff. Now, if you look at the papers now today, you've seen that he said he has recovered what? He has recovered the money he took from that risk. You get. He has recovered the money he took from that risk. Now, take for instance, that risk Dangote took, you get, to build that factory that is producing petroleum for the whole country now and all that, you get, was a calculated risk he took. Do you understand? But a calculated risk too. So in each businesses we have, you tend to see that we have all risks aligned to what our businesses. In the sense that if you have a business in such an area and you want to relocate that business to another area, you have to consider the fact if you have customers that will still patronize your business. So everything you do is what is on the risk side. So you want to bring that side to what? To trading. You want to have that mentality to what? Trading. Every move you want to make, you want to calculate it. You don't want to trade impulsively. You don't just want to stand up and fund. You say, I want to stand up and fund $50 because you have $50 to blow. No. Take every move in the trade. Treat your trading business as what? As your personal business. You want to do what? You want to manage your risks. Now you know that in the trading business, you survive with what? You survive with capital. The day your capital finishes is the day you won't even trade that day. So you know that in the trading business as a whole, you survive with what? You survive with capital. So you want to safeguard your capital. I'm not trying to say you want to play safe, but you want to apply concrete risk management. You get. Now, how do you apply risk management? Take for instance, for me, I use what? I use the 10 trade rule, right? If you have a capital now, you want to divide that capital into what? Into 10 places, right? If I have $100, I want to divide $100 into what? 10 places, which is what? $10. So now I'm taking my trade in what? $10. Now you want to see that if you're taking 10 trades for a week, you want to say how many trades will you win and how many trades will you lose. Now your wins are supposed to be what? Are supposed to be more than what? Your losses. Now these are the little things people don't consider into consideration when taking a trade for a week. You wake up for a week. Okay, how much am I funding this week? Am I funding $1,000? Okay, you are funding $1,000 this week. You get. I'm going to take 10 trades this week. Do you understand? Now, this 10 trades I'm going to take this week. I'm dividing my capital into what? $100, $100, $100. Or if $100 is too much for you, you tell yourself, okay, I want to take what? 20 trades this week. So I want to divide my capital into what? 20 places, which is what? $50. So you now know that you have 20 trades to take this week. And these are 20 trades to take this week. You want to make sure that your wins are more than your losses. And you want to make that week what? A profitable week for you. Not just opening your week, carrying money to back, you fund, you play the money. You get. And you're mentally down. You want to journal everything. Okay, today is the first week of April. First week of April, I'm funding what? $100. Okay, I want to reach what? $10 for this week. What's my win rate? Your first trade, you had a profit. Good. What's the RR? So all those things, you want to calculate every move. Okay, I made profits this week. How much are we leaving for? How much are we leaving to our portfolio? How much am I investing? How much am I spending? You get. If you have bills to pay, okay, how many percentage am I removing from the money to pay my bills, to sort my bills I have? So that you see that everything you're doing, you have where you're going to. You're not just stuck. Because if you don't do these things, I promise you, you remain in that same level. You remain in that same level. You get, and you will keep telling yourself, oh, this strategy is not working. You can another mentorship. You pay for the mentorship. Afterwards, it's your money. So you get. So you want to sit down. Okay, first week of April did not come out well. Okay, what did I really do bad? I did not manage my risks well. I did not manage my trades well. You get. Trade management also. You did not manage your trade well to the TP. You're psychologically down. You break even. All those things. Okay, you now sit down. Okay, these things are not good. I shouldn't repeat them in my second week of April. Right? I shouldn't repeat these things in my second week of April. My second week of April, I should try and do what? And do better. I don't want to see these excesses. At least let it be another fresh thing that is coming up in my second week of April. And I sort it out. You understand? And I sort it out. So my first week of April, okay, we are down 1 hour, we are down 2 hour. Okay, my second week, let's do better. You fund. You get. That's why before coming into forex trading, you should have what is already giving you what? Money. Even if it's as low of $10, have what is coming to your account before even thinking of, because this is a capital intensive job. It's not be labor intensive. It's not like Web3. It's not like tick all those Web3 jobs. You're not working to get paid. Every mistake you're making in this industry, you're making it with $1. Do you understand? So you want to have that idea that this is what a capital intensive way of making money. There are different ways to make money. If you feel you don't have capital now, you could pause, go and look for Web3 jobs, get a skill, learn. If you want to learn design. Start looking for jobs. At least let them pay you at least some amount of money that you know that okay, this is your labor. Your labor is bringing you what income for you. So that now you carry that income, you bring it to what another business whereby you need what capital. That's how you want to do things. You want to be smart. Yes. You want to be smart in everything you're doing, not just sitting down there because you don't have capital to trade. You're just sitting down there unbothered, as if you have time in your life, unbothered. If you see small boys, the money small boys are making, you will just know that you're playing with your life. You get. So even if it's at least, you look for some way so that you know that this money you've blown, you have another place you're carrying this money. No, you get. Or is it something you're teaching someone for them to pay you money? It's fine. Do it. As far as you're getting money, you fund, getting money, fund. So that you have this idea that, okay, at least first, I've established the fact that I have where I'm getting capital from to put into what? Forex. And I'm not just dumping into Forex as if I don't know what I'm doing. As you're doing it with the mindset that you know what you're doing, you have all your plans kept. So you want to go back to that. That's that for risk management. So now I want to go back to what? Psychology. Now, once it comes to psychology, you want to consider what? Trade management. I've talked of trade management. How do you manage your trades to play out? Now, once it comes to trade management, I do it this way. This is what I do tell people, right? I tell every of my mentees this stuff. Take for instance, for me now. Let me give you guys an example now. Last year January was when I learned Forex, right? This period was when I learned Forex. This is the same period I was going through hell last year. I was in debt of what? 5 million naira. After learning the whole strategy, after learning the whole stuff you guys are learning now, I started stacking. I got money from few people around me and I blew the money, 5 million naira, and I had $0 to my name. Now, at that point, you're owing 5 million naira. You don't have $0 in your account. What did I do? You get. Normally, I was psychologically down. I was everything down. I was mentally down. I was down. You get. I was down. Now, I think 2 days to my deadline. You get. This is why I've been saying this stuff. 2 days to the deadline of me paying that money. You get. God just provided me what? A good flip. And I was able to turn what? Okay, I funded my account $10 from what? A job I was paid for. You get. I was paid for a job. I got the job. Was it 15,000 naira or something? 10,000. That time dollar was 1.8. I funded that money $7 into my deriv. You get. Because at that time, the money I was making that time was 15,000 naira, 10,000 naira, 15,000 naira. Because I'm a photographer. That's what I keep saying. Have a skill that you know that, okay, something is giving you money, that you're getting money to fund. You understand? That was what helped me. You get. I was a photographer. I was a retoucher. So I was always touching for people. At least I was getting money from, at least I know that, but this money I was getting was not even up to 20K. And I'm owning what? And I've accumulatively owned what? 5 million naira. Just because what? Just because I want to know how to stack. So I'll wake up, I'll stack, I'll blow the accounts. Wake up, stack, blow the account. Wake up, stack, blow the. I was like, And you come to Twitter, you see that people are doing this stacking stuff successfully. So you're now like, oh, what am I doing wrong? Is it not the same confirmation entry? Why is market always what stopping me out? Those were the questions I was always asking myself this period. What am I doing bad? You get. Why is everything bad towards me like that? Get. I asked myself those questions, but I didn't allow it to affect me. Every day I'll show up. Every day. In fact, there was no. I can't remember this period. I did not sleep. I was always showing up. Even if it's $2, I go full margin. I was always going in full margin. I have never compounded. I was always going in full margin. I will blow, go again. The least $5 I see, I fund again, go in full margin. Till 2 days to, let's say 2 days to, I was supposed to be arrested few 2 days, right? So 2 days to my arrest, you get, so that because actually the people felt I was doing fraud. You can understand. The people felt I was doing fraud because how will 5 million go like that? Pap, you get. So that's why I keep telling people, don't trade for somebody. You get, don't trade for people. For now, you get, until you've gotten to some stage. You understand? Gotten to some stage. So 2 days, I funded my last $7, which was around 10,000 naira, right? You get, and it didn't take up to a day. I flipped that money to 6 million naira plus, 5 million naira plus. You understand? I flipped the money to five. Normally, at 1 million naira, you get, I would have said, more $7 to 1 million. Should I close? But my TP was 5 million. I think those periods, those were periods whereby the reef usually used to make sense. Now I don't know what the reef is doing. You understand? Those periods you do 1 to 50 RR, 1 to 25 RR, 1 to 30 RR. You carry $10 to 3K. So you get all those kind of things. You understand? So I think I was able to manage that trade in such a way that it got to my TP, and I withdrew those money. You saw why I took $7 to 5 million. I paid those guys. I think $1 million remained for me. I started my whole trading career again with $1 million. I got my properties that were seized. I started my trading career again with $1 million. So this $1 million I started funding $10. Everything started making sense, right? $10, 800, $9, 2K, $7, 2K, $7, 800. I was always funding below $10. You get. I was always funding below. That was my risk plan. Till I compounded close to $50K. So that is it. So there's no maze you are in that I've not been through psychologically. The important thing there is, don't allow those things affect when you are trading. You have a rent to pay. You have a rent to pay. Let's say your rent is 300K. You're on a trade. You've seen that this trade has given you this rent for you to pay money. That is, if you close those positions, you can remove this money and pay your rent, and you have more capital remaining for you to enter another trade. And you're saying, no, I want price to hit TP. You are a fool. To be honest, you are a fool. Do you understand? You are a fool. So these are the little, because I don't want to tell more stories, but see, anytime you have something to, like, an urgent, I'm using bills for an example, right? Anytime you have bills to pay and you're on a trade and you've seen that this trade has given you this money to pay that bills, and you have something remaining, please don't hesitate to close that trade. Don't mind if the trade goes your way, but because there are a lot of opportunities. So that you won't make a mistake on that trade. You're trading not to please someone. You're not trading so that you show someone that I held this trade to the hit TPO. No. This is a personal joining. After all the online gra, you go back to your offline. You know what? You know the bills you have with you. So try as much as possible to do what? Allow trading total your little bills, so that it doesn't affect you psychologically when you're trying to hold a trade. You're trying to hold a trade. The trade is fluctuating. You're like, more. This thing don't give me my rate. So why I no close? You're always checking your phone. You get. No. Don't have what? Don't have pure trade management. Now the next thing you want to go is what? Greed. In terms of greed, I still have an example to show. There's nothing I've not seen. You get. I've seen everything within 1 year. There's nothing the have not shown me. So there was this trade I opened, I think last year during August, September period. I funded $40. I was up, my TP was 3K, right? Funded $40. I flipped $40 to 2K. After all the gra, the trade managed to reach what? 3K, my TP. Now you know that you're stacking, so you can't put TPs on over 400, 500 positions. So you have to close what? Manually. You understand? You have to close those trades manually. Now, I've seen 3K yet. I did not close. The trade later went to what? 5K. $5K on a $40 account. It now reversed. I said, no, I want to see what? 10K. My greed was what? Consistently increasing. You understand? It just increased ago. I don't see 5K. Your TP was what? 3K. You've seen 5K. You don't even take partials and you not do anything. I wanted what? 10K profit. You can see the stupid greed that came up on me. The trade reversed. I said, no, I go hold on. It reversed. I said, okay, I will close for 3K. One long time just came, bam. The thing entered 2K. I said, no, you can reverse it. Till that trade was reversed to $100. I lost the whole trade. You get. Now you've seen the aspect of greed now. So you don't want to do what? You don't want to be greedy with what? Your trades. You get. The same thing. You've seen that this money is okay with you. Remove the money. ASAP. And once you remove the money, once you close, withdraw. Don't even allow make it spend another minute for your wallet. Withdraw the money out. If not, there's this feeling that once you have much capital in your wallet, there's how your eyes your eyes will start seeing setups that you're not supposed to see. And you start taking trades what? Impulsively. So if you've closed your positions, don't waste a second. Withdraw the money. Find something and buy. Let it be that, okay, Omo, see what Forex bought for me, yo. See what this bought for me. I made 2K. I used the 2K to buy this thing. Congratulate yourself. You made 2K. You bought a new system. Congratulate yourself. Don't carry that money back to the market. You won't like the end of it, to be honest. So plan your trades very well. You've made profits. How much are we withdrawing? How much am I investing? How much am I buying? What am I buying? What am I spending? What am I keeping for myself? That's how your life is supposed to be. In that way, you tend to see that you see your growth consistently. You just see the little things. Small to $200. You're removing them. You're buying something. You're moving them. You're buying real estate. You're into real estate. You're buying lands around your area. You're buying the little plot of lands, the little square meters of lands. You know that in the next 3 to 5 years, they'll what? Appreciate value. You're buying what? You're buying properties. You're buying what? You're into passive income. So that you're trying to make sure that you want to grow your income based. You don't want to be based on Forex alone. My dear, it's not every time it will always be what? It will always be blossom. You get some kind months where you say you will enter. If you're not careful, you blow all your portfolio on that month. There's a month you enter, you make so much money like this. And if you're not wise that month to do the necessary things you're supposed to do, you can blow it up in the next month. So as my mentees, you guys are, I'm telling you all these things so that you don't tend to do what? You don't tend to repeat them. You don't tend to do what? You don't tend to repeat them. So you manage your trade well. You don't want to what? You don't want to be greedy. You don't want to allow psychological factors to what? Affect you while what? Trading. Each of us here have our own things we are going through. Family are calling you guys, sisters, brothers. So you know what you're battling with. So you don't want all those stuffs to affect your trading. Now we have another one, break even. Now for me, I don't do break even. So I've cancelled the whole idea of break even because I've seen a trade. I've been on a trade. The trade went $20 to 2K. From 2K, it reversed to what? $100. From $100, it went to what? 3K. What will you see in that point? So cancel the whole idea of what? Break even. If the trade is not meant to hit CP, it doesn't mean to hit CP. You will run in that analysis. So accept your wrongs. Or in that case, if you're not breaking even, you're saying that this money, if you close this profit at this point, it will solve one or two. Baba, close them. Trading now, leave all these things. It's between you and the outside world there. You know what you're facing. You know that if you close it straight, you will manage this money for the few weeks to come. You know how the economy is, so you're not supposed to waste dollar anyhow. Or you're not supposed to waste money anyhow. You want to be calculative. You get it. So I'll take some questions. I think if you have questions, just unmute your mic and speak, please. If you have questions you want to ask me. So that is that on risk management and psychology. You get. That's that on risk management and psychology. Psychology, you need to do what? You need to adapt fast. Adapt very, very fast to what? Psychology. You need to what? Train your psychology very, very well. Increase your psychology. My psychology with your psychology cannot be the same. You get.
Boss, I want to ask question.
Any question?
I want to ask question. Boss,
What's your question?
can you give us a proper calculation of how we can be calculating the lot size we'll be using? Because all this volatility
The
here,
lot
their
size
lot
how?
size are
Okay, you don't know the lot sizes on the reef.
yes.
Okay, I'll drop something for you. You get.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Any other person? So that's that for
Hello, boss.
risk management and psychology. You get. It's just a theoretical class, nothing on the chart. Just know how to manage your trades. You get. Try as much as possible to sort out, to use trading. You get to sort out stops. Now, if you're into trading alone, I won't advise you to do so. Go and look for what labor intensive work and do. Go and learn a skill. Let them be paying you. You're working, they're paying you. Not you using money to make money. I don't know if you get me. You're working, they're paying you. You bring the money into Forex. Try to do what? Scale up. And the money you're bringing into Forex is what? For what? Scaling up. You get. There was a month I did this month, was it October? Yes, October. I did a scaling up challenge. We scaled up $20 to what? Was it 6K? $20 to 6K. So anything is possible, bro. I've given you guys all what you need. Confirmation candles, spotting out what? Spotting out everything. So this, as far as you know these things, right? You've seen that you know these things. There's no capital you can't scale up with. You get like today. You get today I've wanted 10K on my Xness. You get, and today alone I made close to 1.5 million. You get from trading gold alone. Within what? Within how many? Within 3 hours. Which work would they pay you like that? Yes. Which work would they pay you 1.5 million within 3 hours? So that's the thing. You're bringing money in. Now imagine if it's not as if I don't have 100K to put in. You get now. This is the way people get it. People ask me, okay, boss, why you not funding 100K so that you make 16 million? Why you not funding 100K so that you make a certain amount of money? Why you funding small money? You get. And I asked them, do you know the life I'm living? Do you know the houses I'm building? Do you know the project I'm carrying on my head? You get. Do you know the things that needs money and that is on my head? You get. Do you know so leave everyone to do their thing. They know what they are doing. You get. They know what I would have deposited 100K today. You get. I didn't mean I deposited 100K today. I know that I would have brought out what 15 million. You get from today's trading. So that's how it is. You get. So you don't want to panic. That's why I tell people don't be afraid to go broke as a trader. Don't be afraid. You can go broke as a trader and you just need what? You just need maybe 5K or 10K. You scale up back. You understand? I can have 15 million naira in my account now and decide to move what? 12 million naira to buy a plot of land and allow 1 million naira to remain. Okay, so that's my kind of personality. You understand? So any other question?
Boss,
Let me not come and talk too much here.
boss, so
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
you don't leave us behind this month for us now. You know what make we see Gary chop?
No, I'm not sending signals this month. It means that I want read since I've been sending signals since last year. So probably next month.
We will just join now. You can't leave us behind. You know what make we see Gary chop as we dey attend
No,
classes?
you will see. Don't worry. The signals is lifetimes. You get till I decided to close the deal.
No
So
closer.
like,
No wahala.
yeah. All right. So
All right, bro.
I think that's for today's class. So the next class will be on stacking and flipping. How to flip account. How do you flip account? Just flipping an account. Okay. You get. Do you flip account as a starting trader? For me, I flipped account too. And I know they take anything easy. I wanted that. I wanted to make it fast. Get. So that was it for me. So the risks I took, I think that's what landed me to this point. So see you all in our next class. We don't almost finish our mentorship. So that's it. Okay. I will send the recording to the group. The class is recorded, all right?
But please don't
Okay.
forget the lot size. That lot size you want to send.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. It's even on my signal
Okay.
group also. I'll just forward it to the group.
Okay, very important.
All
Because
right.
there was one day I
All right.
went to
So
enter one volatility pair with
have
wrong
a nice day,
lot
everyone.
size. Okay, sir.